we can't ask students to understand the brain in 2 hours. It's impossible. So a realistic outcome would be to explore areas of the brain. So this is how we structure our targets for the session. One of the most important things that we ask staff to consider with our students is how we motivate our students. What do we give them? What motivations is there in our session to attend, to contribute to our sessions? 2 books just here, interesting books. We've got a book here called Dangerous Rise of Therapeutic Education and a book called Therapy Culture by Frank Furedi. 2 really interesting books that really explore UK-based students and the problems and the barriers that they bring with them. Now these are all issues caused by compulsory education before they come to higher education. So the problems that they face in a compulsory setting are probably between the ages of 12 to 17. Students come to university with a lack of academic skills. Things like being able to critique journals, read journals, process arguments. Something, is that familiar?
Yes.
Yes? Yeah? Worldwide issues.
Yeah.
If you're interested in American higher education, there's a really interesting book called Academically Adrift. And it's a book based on American college education, and it talks about what students are not learning in American higher education. Really interesting. It's having an impact on UK education around the subject of what's called learning gain. So how do we measure what students are learning? So motivating learners is really important because that means we'll get greater attendance. We get greater contributions in our sessions. So again, on your tables, I want you to talk about, just here, how do you get to know your students? How do you understand your students' needs? What sort of things do you do? Just a conversation on your table, how do you get to know your students?
Тестирование, онлайн-тест,
Как вы
Google-тест.
стараетесь понять свои задачи?
Ну как понять? Как вы понимаете, что вашим студентам надо? Я провожу тестирование, и я понимаю, что им надо. Первое, опрос. То